the Thursday, September 20th, 2012 version of the JMSports Show is on the air. Hello everybody, Jonathan was out here for JMSports 100 and on behalf of JMSports Show. Well, you know, in life you're taught to follow your gut, follow your heart, do what your heart tells you. A lot of times that's much easier said than done. Tonight was one of those nights where I did not follow my gut. I did not follow my heart. And because of that, the NFL week did not start out well. The Giants totally annihilated the Carolina Panthers. 36-7 was the final score, so we took a loss there. I'll get to the overall record in just a second. But why? Why, Jonathan? Why make such a pick that seems so simple? Well, I'll tell you why. Last night on the JMSports Show, I did go with the Giants, both for the spread and for the straight-up pick. And then this morning, as I was looking over the injury report, which I probably should have did before the show, not that it really would have mattered, Matt Bradshaw was out, Dominic Hickson was out, David Deal was out, Hakeem Nicks was out. So I felt that was going to be an advantage for the Panthers and something that they would be able to take advantage of. They were unable. I was torn as to what to do. And so I kind of leaned towards some of the experts from ESPN. Now I shouldn't lean towards the experts, they're not always right either. And it is, supposed to be what I think. But they all agreed that they felt as though the Giants were going to struggle. And then as I thought about it, I realized that I could have been making a mistake changing the pick and going with the Giants. Changing the pick from the Panthers. Simply because when the chips are down for the Giants, that's when they seem to play their best ball. That's exactly what we saw tonight. Once again, the chips were down, and they played their best ball. What are you going to do? Nothing you can do. It was a mistake that I made. I should have went with my gut, and I did not. With the loss, we fall to 19-14 on the year, 318 and 193 lifetime. That is just the straight up. Overall against the spread, we are 14-19, and of course on the year we're 14-19, so still not far away. We will improve on that, I hope, as far as spread and straight up pick 'em. We will improve upon that too. A lot of tough games. I'm really excited to do my NFL preview for tomorrow. Don't forget that'll be tomorrow afternoon. Really excited for that because I feel like there's a lot of important games. There's a game that doesn't look as appetizing on TV, but I think it's very, very important. And it's a game we will talk about. Plus, there's just a lot of intriguing matchups for this weekend. Great NFL Sunday. So we'll see what we can do there. Okay. So that'll be tomorrow. I can't really talk about the game a whole lot. I didn't get to see any of it. So I apologize, and I haven't really ESPN and stuff at this point has not updated any of their stuff really for stats. So my apologies. I can't really talk about it, but I'll talk about it tomorrow in the Week 3 preview. Let's move quickly now to college football. Struggled in the NFL. Not struggling so far this week in college football. So far in college football this week, there's been 2 games. We are 2-0 Yeah, felt a little bit nervous about both the games. Well, more the game Wednesday than the game today. Wednesday, Kent State and Buffalo. I took Kent State. Kent State got a 23-7 win. Thursday, Boise State, 24th ranked. Boise State takes on BYU. I expected a little more of a game out of it, but BYU's defense is really good. Boise State's defense isn't bad, and that's exactly what we saw on Thursday. Boise State getting the 7-6 win. So we are 2-0 so far on the week right there. With that, we are 179-43 on the year, 1,310, 457 lifetime. There's one game for Friday before we get to Saturday's slate of action. Friday's game looks like this: Baylor and Louisiana Monroe on ESPN, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Now, Louisiana Monroe so far has had a good year, I guess you can say. They've got an upset. They upset Arkansas, of course, in that game there, and then they just barely lost in overtime. And apparently my computer thinks I want to hear about Olive Garden, and I don't. But there's a free shot for Olive Garden. Not that I'll get paid or anything for it, but there you go. Winning in overtime 34-31, and then they play in overtime again and barely lose to Auburn 31-28. Next up for them is the Baylor Bears. Baylor Bears come in 2-0. So Baylor doing pretty good with RG3, but if you look at their games, Baylor's schedule gets considerably harder here. They got Louisiana Monroe this week and West Virginia next week. And I apologize for ESPN and their college football pages giving me videos and advertisements. So they beat SMU 59-24. Okay, that was kind of impressive. SMU's not horrible. And then they beat Sam Houston 48-23 last week. Now they have a tough schedule coming up. Listen to the next little bit for Baylor. They got Louisiana Monroe, West Virginia, TCU, Texas, Iowa State, Kansas, Oklahoma, Kansas State, Texas Tech, and Oklahoma State. Their schedule gets considerably harder from here on out. I think they definitely have to win this game to at least have a little bit of momentum going into the game against West Virginia next weekend. I'm going with Baylor to beat Louisiana Monroe. I don't think Louisiana Monroe can continue to play at the high level that they've played at the last couple of weeks. Back-to-back overtime games. Yes, they're at home this week, but they're going to be tired. They're going to be worn down. Back-to-back overtime games against two, good college teams. Auburn, I think, is not. Auburn's not terrible. They're not great. They're not terrible. Arkansas is just a mess. But I don't think they can keep it up. I really can't. And if Louisiana Monroe can keep it up, watch out. I mean, not that they're, anything to write home about. I'm going to get another advertisement here if I can't get a stop on it. Got her.
How'd you guys make all this stuff?
Well,
ladder ball, cornhole?
Alright, there we go. Got it that time. But I mean, if you look at their schedule, Tulane, Middle Tennessee, Florida Atlantic, Western Kentucky, South Alabama, Louisiana Lafayette, Arkansas State, North Texas, Florida International. There's a lot, so there's several more wins, I think, on Louisiana Monroe's schedule, but I don't think this is one of them. I've got the Baylor Bears beating the 1-1 Louisiana Monroe Warhawks. So there you go. That's my pick there. Let's talk about baseball. Listen, I know that I'm not supposed to play favorites and all that stuff, but I'm kind of gonna. No, I'm not gonna flash you. Don't worry. I'm gonna kind of play favorites a little bit. So, yeah. Listen, the wild card is still hot. The Brewers are still in it. The Brewers beat Pittsburgh. The Dodgers lost tonight, which was kind of, what the Brewers needed. But even if the Brewers don't make playoffs, you have got to be impressed with what they've done. Simply because back in July they were well below 500. And now here they sit. Right there. Now let's talk quickly about the divisional stuff right now. The Yankees have a full game lead over Baltimore. The Yankees have won 5 straight. Baltimore has won 4 straight. Keep in mind, Tampa Bay has also won 2 straight, but they're 6.5 back. So Tampa Bay is really faltering still down the stretch here in the standings. They need the Yankees and the O's to start doing some collapsing, and unfortunately for them, they're playing some really good ball. The Yankees are 8-2 in their last 10. Baltimore 7-3 in their last 10, and Tampa Bay is only 3-7 in their last 10. So Tampa Bay has really fallen apart down the stretch here. The White Sox gained a game on the Tigers. It's now a 2-game lead there. Oakland has lost again. Oakland actually won today, but Oakland, after last night, had lost, I believe, with 4 straight. Washington clinched a playoff spot with their win today, so Washington is on their way to the playoffs for the first time since the 1930s. So congratulations to them. Cincinnati also with a playoff spot. And surprisingly enough, playoff spot without Dusty Baker. No Dusty Baker the last couple of days as he is getting tests done for his irregular heartbeat. So our thoughts are with Dusty Baker, and hopefully he can get back into the clubhouse and be with Cincinnati down the stretch here. Let's take a peek here at the wild card. No, interesting. Washington and Milwaukee start a series this weekend, but I don't think Washington and Cincinnati, even though they've wrapped up playoff spots and have all but wrapped up their divisions, pretty much. I don't think they're going to quit playing. I think you're still going to see Washington play some hardball because you still want home field advantage throughout the playoffs. The American League, right now, it's Oakland and Baltimore. Right now, they are percentage points behind. Baltimore is percentage points behind Oakland right now. LA Angels are back to 4.5 back, 5.5 back for Tampa Bay, 6 back for Detroit. And that right there is basically it. Seattle, outside chance to get in, but they're 15.5 games back. So it's a very, very, very slim outside chance. Milwaukee leapfrogged the Dodgers, and they are now 2.5 back as they set their sights on St. Louis. For those of you who want to know, the Dodgers start a series against the Reds this weekend. Washington plays Milwaukee this weekend, or Milwaukee plays Washington this weekend, and the Cardinals are off to Chicago to have a series at Wrigley against the Cubs. So for those of you keeping an eye on that, that's where those teams are with that. For those of you who want to know Oakland and Baltimore and LA and the Yankees, pretty much where they're going to be at this weekend, well, I can tell you that right now. This weekend, Detroit's got a series with Minnesota. Actually, Oakland has a series with the Yankees, so the O's in kind of a tough spot right now. If you're the O's, I think you're cheering for Oakland, but you also got to hope that you do well and that you can stay in front of the Yankees, because if Oakland does good against the Yankees, they're going to extend their lead in the wild card, obviously. And Baltimore's got Boston this weekend at Fenway, so Orioles and Red Sox at Fenway this weekend. Big series for the O's, as well as they continue a tough road trip. A lot of teams on tough road trips right now. The Brewers on a tough road trip right now. The Dodgers are on a tough road trip right now as well. Like I said, they face the Reds starting tomorrow, so that's definitely no easy task. So this wild card thing is just so fun, and I've honestly, this is kind of the time of year where I usually kind of fade away from baseball a little bit, but this whole second wild card thing has really thrown something in it for me. And it's not just that the Brewers are in the hunt. It's just exciting all around. I'm usually kind of more now in football mode, but right now I'm still addicted to baseball. I'm still attached to it. I can't get enough. I want more. I'm loving it. Also loving football as well. And as far as speaking of football, really quickly, I do want to talk quick. We got some big things coming up. Big things coming up. This weekend, the NFL, like we said, Randy Moss returns to Minnesota as a member of the Niners. A big game for a team that doesn't look big on TV, but I'll explain why it's bigger than what people think. Got Tampa Bay and Dallas. Both teams going to want to bounce back after a win, after a loss last week. And we got Seattle and Green Bay on Monday night. That's going to be an interesting game right there. My lock of the week, I was sitting there, and a lot of people are saying, well, take San Francisco over Minnesota. Well, I'm not going to do that, and I'll explain why. I have a reason, and it's not because I want to use San Francisco in later in the year, but I do have a reason why. Alright, I want to close out tonight's program by doing one more quick thing. Obviously, I don't mean to sound insulting when I say this here, but it's old news. Everybody knows that NFL Films president Steve Sable has passed. Steve Sable, let me give you a little bit of background about me. My stepfather got me into sports. Before he came into my life, about 12 years ago, I knew nothing about sports, and I didn't care. You look back at that now, and you're like, even people, especially people who know me, and I say that, and they're like, there was a time when you didn't know a thing about sports? Yes. He got me into football, and that basically, and it used to be I just watched football. That's why football is my biggest passion, and then it moved on to baseball, then basketball, and it is where it is now. But, so I was all football. When the NFL Network came out, I was in heaven. I was constantly watching college football, NFL, and ESPN Classic, and just ESPN, and just when they used to have the mini NFL Films half-hour shows, like the 1990 Tampa Bay Buccaneers and stuff like that, I used to watch that stuff. And that's how I learned about football, was through NFL Films. And they had a way of making the game even more fun, just with the sound effects and the music. And he really revolutionized the NFL, brought it down to the level it is now, and he is pretty much solely the reason why the NFL is as popular as it is today. He was the brains, basically, behind the NFL Network. And he is so influential as to why football is the way it is today, and as popular as it is today, and it's because of him. We lost a great man to brain cancer a couple of days ago. Of course, he was diagnosed a year and a half ago, which I actually, to be honest, was not aware of until after he passed. But he was diagnosed with a year and a half ago with brain cancer. He lost his battle with it. He will be greatly missed. So, thoughts and prayers to the Sable family. Of course, his father, Ed Sable, who was also part of NFL Films. Steve and Ed started. Ed celebrated his, I believe, 96th birthday earlier this year, and I believe next week, I want to say Steve Sable would have celebrated his 70th. So, thoughts and prayers go out to them. Steve Sable will be missed, very influential in the world of the NFL. Alright, so that is going to do it for tonight's program. One more program this week. Boy, I feel like crap because I didn't record all week. But one more program this week. 2 more videos this week at least. NFL picks coming early tomorrow afternoon. Stay tuned for that. That's going to be a lot of fun to do. And then NFL, or not NFL, but then tomorrow on the JMSports Show, college football picks, a little bit of baseball too. And maybe if I can squeeze it in, I'll give you my thoughts on what happened with the Giants and Buccaneers last week with that last play of the game and the kneel down, and give my thoughts on that. I haven't done that yet. But for this program, I'm going to bring it to a close, and thank you for joining me. Please subscribe. I love all the support. Follow me on Twitter at the JMSports Show. Like us on Facebook, the JMSports Show. All the shows and everything I posted there, plus random other facts and tweets and other stuff too. So, and also you can email us if you want, all one word, thejmsportsshow at yahoo.com, thejmsportsshow at yahoo.com. So give us a shout. I need to check that. I haven't done that yet today, but I will do that. And that is going to do it for me, guys. On behalf of the JM Sports Show and JM Sports 100, I am Jonathan Mosette. Thank you for joining us. We will see you tomorrow on the JM Sports Show.